Hi everyone, I'm Tasman and this is my channel For the Love of Squad. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something awesome I did this summer, which is go to Interlochen Arts Camp. Interlochen is also a boarding school. It's in northern Michigan and it's focused solely on the arts. And I had never been there before. I had friends that went there, but I went there specifically for the Interlochen Novel Writing Institute, which they have a full camp that often spans 3 to 6 weeks, but they also have an institute camp which is only a week-long intensive on a particular subject. So I went to Interlochen's Novel Writing Institute, and the Novel Writing Institute's concept is that you go to Interlochen for the week, you've submitted a novel so the authors there know what your work is like, and you spend a whole week working on the novel, either working on completing it or working on revising it, whatever you need. So when I applied, I actually thought that each writer would have an individual author that was already published to work with, but the way it actually worked was that each author had about 10 kids, and there were only 2 authors, so there were about 20 of us, and we would work in large group settings and also individually at different points. So I want to talk a little bit about the schedule at Interlochen. It was surprisingly open, which I really enjoyed as someone who's very independent and doesn't like a lot of structure all the time. You started out, you got up, you kind of cleaned up the cabin a little bit, you went to line up, and then you went to breakfast. And after breakfast, you would do, for us, we would do our morning warm-up, which took place from about 8 to 9, and we would do a big full group, all 20-ish of us, and we would work on a specific thing. Like one day it was working on details and how to write details, and other days we'd be looking specifically at something we'd been reading, like we read part of 1984 at one point. During this morning workshop time with the smaller groups, what we would be doing is we would be working more on the crafts, and we'd be working on how to write dialogue, how to write action sequences, and tons of stuff like that. And then later in the week, what we would be doing is we would be critiquing each other's work that we had submitted. We spent about an hour to an hour and a half on everyone's submitted chapter, and it was a really, really great experience. After morning workshop, we would have lunch, and then we would go right into our afternoon workshop, which was great because every once in a while we would spend some time as a group, but in general what we were doing was we were working individually on our work. I had never had a set aside chunk of time of like 3 hours to sit and work on my work before, and it was incredibly enlightening. I got so much work done, and I really improved a lot. During this time, we could also go and talk to our mentors if we needed any help, if we wanted any help editing a chapter or something similar. After this, we would have dinner, and then there was a evening institute-wide activity or something specific to your institute, and then after that there would be a optional recreational activity before bed. So I wasn't sure what to expect coming into this workshop, but I actually really enjoyed it. There were a lot of things I liked. It taught me how to have a writing routine. I have a lot of trouble establishing my writing routine, so having that big chunk of time, which apparently you also have during the boarding school section of Interlochen during the school year, was just very helpful for me. Also, workshopping my story was super helpful. I took a whole page of notes on what people thought, and my peer group was just lovely. I had an amazing group of all girls, and we all just worked really hard with each other to improve each other as much as we could. We were honest, but everyone was really nice and supportive. We analyzed a lot of popular work, which was fun for me as someone who really enjoys reading the classics and getting to know them. We read 1984, we read some of Lolita, we read Great Gatsby, we read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was really neat. So we actually learned as much as we possibly could about the craft itself in the span of a week. We did tons of different stuff. I had tons of like free writes that we did written in my notebook. It was incredible. Both the authors there were incredibly knowledgeable. They both knew exactly how to support us and to help us improve. They made us all really excited, which I think is very important. I liked the fact that it was a very small group of people, and even though it was only 20 of us, they split us into two. I've always been that kid at school who got lumped into the huge, like, 30-person classes for everything, so I really enjoyed having this small, personalized group. Another thing that I really enjoyed was that we had a huge reading at the end where all of us got to read a small section of our work, maybe 3 to 5 minutes each. It was really cool to see what everyone else was working on, and I really enjoyed public speaking, so it was something that was really fun for me because I'd never actually, despite loving public speaking, I had never actually read my work out loud to people before. It was just a great way for all of us to see what everyone else had done and to feel really proud of our work. So kind of the reason I made this video was because I'm one of those people who, when I'm looking for camps, I'm really like trying to find all the information I can, and often on camps I can't find like specifics of like what was the schedule like, what exactly did you do, stuff like that. So I just wanted to make this to kind of open everyone's eyes to what it might be like and just let you guys know that I had a great experience there. I would definitely recommend it. If you liked this video, please click like and subscribe so we can keep making more for you. I'm not sure what's going to be coming up next. I think Will's going to be posting something, but no matter what, I know you guys are going to enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!